January 21st. Nice day. We're getting out of here before the rain starts coming, which should be any time, given how dark the sky is getting. But we thought we'd give it one chance to get a little video time in here.
So, January 24th or so, 25th, 22nd, Douglas and I have been putting in the saddles, which you saw in the video from last week. Getting close, I think we'll be done with that mid to late this week. And then it's time to button a few other things up and start tapping. So we're hoping to be tapping within the next probably 10 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. The outside. But today I was going to show you the other big project we did this winter, which was putting in wet dry entrances. So you can see the paired line here is the black is the vacuum, the dry line, and the blue is the wet line. The difference is from last year they were both blue, but the black line is cheaper, it's water pipe. But you want blue line for the sap, because the blue won't heat up as much, and you want the sap to stay cool to inhibit bacteria growth. So then what happens is you have the main line, the 3/4 inch main line. This is actually 1 inch main line, but the main line that goes out 1,500 to 1,000 feet across the hill. This is what actually connects to the 5/16, the skinniest lines that you can see. You can see in the trees down there that collect the sap from the trees. So this is the middle, the branch, if you will. It goes from the twigs to the trunk, and this sometimes we call it trunk line. And what you want is the sap to come in your main line and then separate down and then fall down into the sap line and not get sucked up into the vacuum line. So you have a big. This is sort of a mini. They're called vacuum boosters, but so the sap will come in here, fall down out through in this big chamber into the sap line. So installing these, you cut the main line and have to squeeze it back together. There's a contraption, so it's it was a little bit of work, but then the sort of relevant part of this is this piece, and this is actually missing. We have a vacuum gauge that goes in right here. We didn't put them in because we didn't want to damage them as we were installing them. But when you're looking for leaks, which is most of what you do during sugaring season, you come to each one of these entrances. And so we're at about 90 entrances total on our 3 wet dry lines. And you shut off, so the whole system is under vacuum. You shut off this valve. And then you can look at the gauge that will be in here. And you can see if the gauge, if the vacuum falls, you know there's a leak out in this line, and then you'll follow this line out to find the leak. If the vacuum stays constant, then you know this line is tight, and you go to the next one. So when you check for leaks, you'll come up this wet dry line road. You can see there's two next to each other, and check each one of these entrances. And then if you find a leak, you go out. The other thing you can use to look for leaks is when you throttle down this valve. If there's airflow through the valve, it'll whistle. So that's another telltale sign. So here we are, 2 weeks left probably till we start tapping.